How many days a week? How do you like to organize your training?
Okay, I'm finally gonna tell you guys. I wanted to give you guys a realistic week of workouts. We have calisthenics, we have running, we have reformer, we have golf, we have strength training, mobility, like literally so many things on top of like filming content, plus like getting back into routine because I also just got back from vacation. So we are just getting back into things that make me feel like I'm on schedule, in routine, and feeling good in my body. Today is Friday. I know these videos start on Monday, but I just got back yesterday, so I want to do it today. Friday is the new Monday. That's what I'm gonna say. That's the hashtag of this video, okay? Starting off with cardio, we're gonna start on my treadmill this morning, actually, just because it's really hot outside. I just took Rocket out for a walk and it was like sweltering. So that is the glory of having your own treadmill in your house. We're gonna be doing a 4-mile beach walk, but like, I'm not doing 4 miles, I'm doing like 20 minutes. So I'm gonna skip the warm up. I don't know if you're supposed to do that, but I'm gonna personally do that. But yeah, steps every single day. Again, around 12 to 15K. Doesn't matter when. Can be morning, can be evening, can be afternoon, whatever it may be. My steps, I put them at 12 to 15, but honestly it could be upwards of 20 because I just like, I run, I walk, I'm active. I just like to do that kind of stuff. And because of that, I've been actually able to increase the food and stay relatively lean. Am I stage lean? No. But do I have healthy habits going on? Am I happy in my body? Can I do everything I need to do? Absolutely. And that's what the era I'm in right now. I'm in a functional, have fun, embrace life, and just be in a good headspace type moment right now. And we're loving it. So currently on the beach, loving life. This is a much prettier view than just, you know, Toronto. Although Toronto's beautiful, not gonna get you wrong. But I get to be all over the world. The programs literally take me to Greece. I'm currently in Australia. I've been in the forest. I've been all over the place. So I do really think in terms of engagement, having a treadmill that kind of like has programs on it already, like iFit, makes it a lot easier to stay consistent. Now, I'm someone who actually does like work out quite consistently myself. So do I need the coaching? Not necessarily, but because I'm new to running, it does actually help. There's also just the convenience factor, like just having a treadmill alone in your house is just, the barrier to start is so low. Like you just have to get shoes and you can work out. You don't have to get ready, take out your dog, drive to the gym, get out of the car. Like there's just so many steps, but you have a treadmill in your home, it just makes it a lot easier. So I've really liked having it. I really do think my fitness has improved from already being a relatively fit person. So there's that. As I mentioned, I just came off a trip. So not gonna lie, sitting on a plane for 5-6 hours, sitting in a car, all that stuff has made my hips incredibly tight. So today I'm probably gonna spend a little more time, TLC, just like stretching, getting better, feeling better. I'm not gonna do anything crazy running wise today. Probably gonna take it relatively easy. I say that, but I probably actually won't take it easy. But I would suggest anyone getting back into routine, especially coming off a plane, just take it a little bit easier because your body's a little bit more inflamed than normal. You've been eating out probably more because of vacation, so your body's a little bit more just like holding water, holding salt, all things that can make you feel a little bit harder to move. So that's why, again, like stretching is so important. Just making your body feel like loose and normal again. Whether you stretch for 5 minutes, whether you stretch for 30 minutes, I would say for someone who doesn't stretch at all, stretching a little bit is better than nothing. So just going through the movements. Oh my gosh, my left leg is so stiff. Sometimes when I stretch, I like to watch Netflix. I can actually play Netflix off my treadmill. I can play Netflix or Amazon Prime, which is actually really great. This goes to show you that no matter how flexible you are, you do have to work on it. Otherwise, you will lose it. I wonder if you guys can hear my back crack. Ooh. Oh, is this what aging is? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna crash out. Why am I so far from my feet? All right, second movement of the day. Today we're doing a little golf. We got 9-hole today. We have Dylan, Jakey, and Jackie. And me. Fucking mother. I'm literally gonna not golf today. I might just ride today. Oh, we went left, as per usual. I played my worst golf ever. Jackie had really good golf though. Yeah, we did have 2 birdies of the day, so there's that. They weren't from me, I'll tell you that much. Who's ready to run?
I'm ready to run.
Alright.
Let's go.
Let's go. We're on the track. We're about to do, I said this morning that we were going to do a nice easy workout, and Jackie has the most hardest shit plane in the world.
Hard. It's actually
he
not
wants
that
to
hard.
do a 1 kilometer warm up and then 3 kilometer repeats. And
No,
usually
no. 1 kilometer repeats by 3. Not 3.
1 kilometer repeats times 3. Usually I get a 90-second break, but instead of doing a break, he wants to do burpees for 2 minutes.
It's okay. We'll
with a 1 kilometer cool down.
It'll be good. Don't worry.
Anywho, here's the track workout. Let's get it.
Okay.
I get to pinch his nipples.
Burpees, go.
Burpees on the asphalt?
Why not? Yes, we do asphalt. We're gonna do lunges instead. Let's do
We can
lunges.
do what fault? Grass fault?
Asphalt.
That's not a thing.
Asphalt.
Play it back, everyone.
Play it back, I don't care.
Play it
I
back. You
said
said
it right.
grass fault.
You play it back.
You want to do lunges?
Alright, lunges right here. Let's go. You go reverse.
I'm doing reverse. For how long?
You keep going until we gotta go.
Wait, 2 minutes? You told me I could rest. What the fuck?
Okay, we'll do a minute and a half. We'll do a minute and a half.
Okay, I'm doing a minute.
No, a minute and a half.
No, Jackie. Do you want me to keep up 5-minute pace or not?
Yeah,
Well, then give me a minute.
you can.
No, I
That
can't.
was easy for you.
No, it wasn't.
You were
I'm
talking to me
tired.
during it.
I'm
You were
tired.
talking to me during it. You can do it.
Jackie!
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
You're so mean.
First strength workout of the week. This is going to be a back day. I do 2 of these a week, 1 strength in the gym, more machine based, and then 1 calisthenics at the end of the week. So starting off with 4 sets of 10 to 12 wide grip and then 4 sets of 10 to 12 underhand grip. This is alternated between sometimes I do lat pull downs first, sometimes I do pull-ups first. It really just depends on really what I'm trying to focus on. This week, because I knew I wasn't doing calisthenics, I wanted to do pull-ups under fatigue. So when I'm doing any of my strength workouts with machines, I'm trying to really remember all the principles that Sylv, Antoine, Jody really taught me. So that way I'm still making sure my quality of workouts, although they're less in the gym, they're still very quality based. After my lat pull downs, we went on to pull-ups. Pull-ups were 4 sets of 10 to 12. Well, Jackie did 1 pull-up. He was tired, okay? He went out the night before. 5 sets of 10 pull-ups. These were not amazing because obviously they were under fatigue. Ideally, I would like to see them all unbroken, but I was doing broken sets of 10 towards the end. Moving on to a single arm row. If you guys haven't tried this setup, it's actually one of my favorites for single arm row. I think it just puts me in a better position. I feel overall more stable versus doing it just like standing off a bench or just when the bench part of the seat is down. Main focus here is just really pulling that arm to the hip or like the dumbbell to the hip and getting a nice squeeze in the back.
My lat still is big. Ready? My lat first. Still have some size. Not as big as I used to be, but I'm okay with that.
The biggest difference I find, as I just touched on, is I'm a little bit smaller, but I'm athletic right now. And I really do think my body type looks better as an athlete than it does as a bodybuilder. I think even Jody said that as well to me when I did a recent check-in with her. As much as I love strength training and obviously doing things like this, like bicep curls, which is very bodybuilder, you don't necessarily always need to do them. I still work it in once a week, but it's not necessarily very important. So we finished off the back workout with a superset of bicep curls and then also hammer curls. So just making sure to squeeze at the top and that you're keeping those elbows nice and tight. And that's basically how you do a bicep curl on repeat. Bodybuilders know.
Sunday morning, 7 a.m. Going for a long run. So we're going to a bakery, duh. So that way we have a quick little sweet treat. So it's 6.8 and then 6.8 back.
Mm-hmm. Is it back?
Lovely. Here we go. Oh, I'm tired. Do you know the route? Jackie's. If we get lost and end up doing more, it's Jackie's fault.
I'm not gonna get lost.
Okay.
Ready?
You don't have sunglasses today?
No, it looked a little cloudy today, but I'm seeing that there's the sun there.
There's the sun. I got sunglasses.
5 kilometers in.
Today I was supposed to do a more accessory leg day at the gym because we did our long run this morning, and I typically like to follow that up with some more hip thrusts, unilateral movements, stuff like that. Nothing crazy heavy, nothing compound, but because my legs are feeling a little bit more stiff today, especially in my hip flexors, I just want to take some time to do some more reformer. I feel like this is an easier way to isolate my glutes, but I'm also able to stretch myself out at the same time. I just want to say I love reformer. I know a lot of people on the internet try to tell you or turn you off of reformer, but I think it's a really wonderful tool when it comes to your fitness and just keeping you well balanced. It's also great for people who are older and they don't want to be in the weight room. My mom is 60 plus, 70 plus actually, and she got into the fitness realm this year because she started doing reformer. She does spin class now, she does Zumba, she does a step class, she does all these other classes because of her reformer class. So regardless of what you're doing, if it's giving you movement, if it's giving giving you something extra in your day that you weren't doing before, it's a positive, and don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. I could literally yap on forever about it. We're gonna get into this little reformer routine and also kind of maybe throw in some handstand stuff, but it'll be like glute isolation plus also some core and stuff. Now I'm gonna go into some core movements and also some glute isolated exercises. I will say reformer won't build you the crazy physique that obviously bodybuilding does, because that's a very strength focused discipline of fitness. This is more functional, this is more for mobility, working those smaller muscles that we tend to neglect. Like I guarantee if you put a bodybuilder in a typical reformer class, they will struggle. Vice versa, you put a reformer person in a bodybuilding session, they're gonna struggle. So it's just two different disciplines, but they work really well together. And I do really think my goal right now as an athlete isn't to be the strongest and biggest I've ever been. It's actually to be more functional, it's to be faster, it's to be more flexible, it's to be better in controlling my own body weight. So where I am in right now, like I'm not super focused in on strength workouts, so that's why like I'm completely okay doing a more like at home, like at condo workout where I'm using my reformer, I'm using my body weight. If I was in bodybuilding, it would be a whole different story, but also if I was in bodybuilding, I wouldn't have run 13.5K this morning. So I would have the energy, I wouldn't be so tight, and I would be able to make it to the gym. So it's just whatever part of your fitness journey you're in and how you're prioritizing things and things that are important to you in this current chapter. Just a take-home message. Not every day and not every year has to look and have the same goals. You're allowed to change your mind. You're allowed to explore other avenues of fitness. There is just so much more to fitness than just lifting heavy and getting strong. It's also about what your body can do in addition to what it looks like. And that's kind of my main focus right now is what can my body do? What can I push it to do? What cool things can I do with my body this year and the following years to come? All right, next we're gonna just be doing a couple of mobility exercises, mainly just to maintain mobility and also do some handstand stuff. All mobility exercises that have to do with handstands, quite frankly, but some of them also will be hip health. I'm gonna kind of make it up as I go. In terms of my stretching, it's not that I have a specific plan each week, it's more I just try to focus on areas that need a little bit more attention, and this week it tends to be my hip flexors. So just gonna stretch those out, do some 90-90s, and then some handstand drills as well. Oh, never in my life has it been tough to get my heel to my bum. At least not on this side. Wow. For anyone who's got like jumper's knee or something like this, if you're not doing this stretch, like you really should be, because a big part of jumper's knee is basically just like your quad gets so tight it pulls up on your patellar tendon, because it all like kind of like in simple forms goes into one, and then the tension pulls on it, which kind of gives you a little bit of like knee pain. So highly suggest if you're someone who's running a lot, if you're someone who's jumping, just like really utilizing a lot of force and power out of like your hips and just your quads, stretch. Otherwise, like a small little tightness will turn into like a big issue. And actually seeing how tight I am on my hips, it actually makes sense that I had a little bit of knee pain today, not a ton, but like enough that I was like, oh, my knees are getting tired type feeling. So it's because my quads are so freaking tight. So that's that. Ooh, okay, my quads started to loosen up at the end. I was able to get heel to bum, but damn, I've never had that before where I haven't been able to do that. Again, this is what I mean by like listening to your body. Like my body needed to stretch today. It didn't need to go into the gym and try to lift some heavy weights. Like just kind of know where you're at and be smart with it, because the last thing I want to do is injure myself, or my training has to take a step back and I'm a little more sedentary and I can't work towards my goals. So as active as I am and as much as I do in a week, there are some days where my plan of doing XYZ just doesn't go to plan, but just focus on other things, focus on other areas that you can improve, and like that's the most important thing, to be honest. All right, now that I've stretched out my hips, let's make them re-tight again by doing press to handstands. This is a skill that I always want to be able to do for the rest of my life. So also, I'm super blessed that my condo has this area. No one ever uses it, and allows me to come down and work on handstand work without actually having to leave my home. I can also do it in like my area that has like my Nordic track and stuff, but sometimes I just need to like leave my space. Like not gonna lie, like just being at home all the time, editing with Rocket, training online clients, stuff like that. It's just nice to get out into a space that's different. So that's like another life hack if you're trying to get into a routine again and trying to motivate yourself to like lock back in, is just give yourself a new environment, change it up, and it really does make a difference. So, ooh, okay, so that was in a row. Shocked me actually, because I didn't really do a ton of handstand stuff when I was away for a week, and then I was coming back. After a week of like eating from vacation and not really doing a lot of handstand stuff, like that can feel pretty tough, but that actually felt really good. 5 presses. We're just gonna keep the handstand work really general today. Like I said, my shoulder's been a little bit bummy, and like it's just one of those things where it's not necessarily hurting it by doing this right now, but it's probably also not the best for it. It is pain-free at the moment, but like I said, I err on the side of caution because what I do for work is all movement-based. I never want to be in a position where I can't do what I need to do for like my filming days, my clients, stuff like that. So just being very aware of keeping a small injury small. A little physique update. This is how we're looking. Now, before I did say we are focusing on function, so I feel like overall my body looks more athletic right now than it definitely does a bodybuilder. Obviously, I can still hit some of the poses. Sylv would probably come at me for how my arms are, like how I'm tilting, whatever it is. But speaking of Sylv, I actually am gonna be doing a leg day series with her on how to grow your glutes, because guess what? Running has completely gotten rid of her, okay? We're feeling a little flatter in the glute area because of running, but we're gonna fix that and just have fun with it, creating a physique that I feel comfortable in and functional in. But super happy with where we are right now. I am a 109 to 112, and I'm eating roughly around 2,200 calories a day. If it's a run day, like a long distance day, I tend to eat a little bit more because I can, a sweet treat. But yeah, this is the end of my activity for the weekend. We'll see you guys beginning of the actual week, Monday. All right, we're here at Monkey Vault to train some flips. It's been a while, and I forgot it was summer, so it is like hella loud with lots of children. So you guys might just get a synopsis, like a little like 5-10 second blurb of this. I will try to capture as much as I can, but it is busy, it is loud. There's a lot of people in here. I'm basically just doing tech work. That's all it is. It's been a while since I actually was at Monkey Vault training flips. Obviously I was traveling, like you guys know, and then before that I was like running a lot, and yeah, I've kind of let this part of training slide a little bit, so that's why we're in it today. Obviously I can still do all my tricks, but I haven't been coming as consistently as I was maybe in previous years. So in terms of like getting back into routine, I'm just locking this back in, committing at least 1 to 2 days a week to training. So as you guys can imagine, there's like so much that goes into my training style and what I do, and a lot of it is just, I don't really get like a full-on rest day. A lot of it's active rest, which for me works. There's a couple days or a couple times where I actually will take a full rest day, but it's like not very often. Recovery is a big thing for me though. So like I said, like stretching a lot. I see my chiropractor tomorrow, just things like that in order to stay as healthy as possible. Okay, what a freaking bonus. The gym actually wasn't busy, so I got a lot done, as you guys can tell. It was really fun to be flipping again. It feels good to be like upside down. And I feel like sometimes in life, you get a little bit distracted with like your side quests or whatever. And this was just a good reminder. Ooh. Crash out, crash out. I love what I do. I love being upside down. I never want to lose the ability of flipping in my entire life. Like it's 10 out of 10 one of the best feelings to do. Like you literally feel so cool. You're like, did I just flip upside down? So if this is your sign to do like an adult gymnastics class or something like that. But this is 1 out of 2 training sessions. We have 1 more to go. It'll either be a run at home on my Nordic track, or I might save that for tomorrow, or it might be a leg day at the gym because I haven't hit legs in an embarrassing long amount of time. Guys, when I go on vacation and I travel, like I just stop being productive. Anywho, literally no part of me wants to go to the gym right now, but guess what? We friggin' have to. So we're about to go hit legs. I took my hydration before this to not necessarily like, it's not like a pre-workout, it's not gonna get me energized, but it'll at least make me feel, you know, better. So we are, you know what, I'm kind of scared because my plan is to hopefully go for a 5K PB tomorrow, but we're about to do legs today, so I don't know if the PB will happen. The 5K definitely will, but the PB, stay tuned on that. But to start off the workout, we did single leg hamstring curls, which I wasn't able to capture just because there was so many people in the background and I didn't want to like intrude on people's workouts and stuff. So 3 sets of 10 each leg, just as a light warm up. And then we went into a leg press, which was 3 sets at 10 to 12, and then we upped the weight a little bit and did 2 sets of 8 to 10. Moving then into Bulgarian lunges, supersetted with an iso single leg glute bridge hold, Bulgarian lunges were 10 each leg and the hold was 10 seconds. And then we did a hip thrust, which was 4 sets of 10 to 12. On the last rep we held for like 1 or 2 seconds. And then we went into a just Smith machine squat. This was just to kind of get like squatting back into my routine, really, just to feel it. So it was pretty light. It was just 25 pounds and then 35 pounds. And then we just ended off with just stretching right now. So overall, just getting back into leg day, an embarrassing amount of time off, probably like 2 weeks. And so we just wanted to do movements that I liked, that felt good. Nothing crazy, just movement total, because tomorrow we are trying to go for a PR 5K time. Whether that happens or not, we will see, but that is my busy Monday. We did monkey vault, we did strength training, and we did golf.
Nice ball.
It went straight, and it went up that hill. Go, go. Golf isn't really like fitness, but I don't know. For me, like, I actually track it. I track it as Pilates. So if anyone follows me on Strava and you notice I'm doing a shitload of Pilates right now, a lot of it's just golf, because my golf tracking thing doesn't work, or I can't figure out how to make it work. Anyone at Garmin knows how, let me know. But yeah, that's my Monday. All right, it's a beautiful day. Yes, I'm literally in a full sweatsuit, but my apartment's cold because it's so hot out. But literally, today was supposed to be a 5K PR. That was my plan. That's what I wanted to do. And I wanted to do it because I actually haven't ran a 5K in a while, and I feel like my pace is getting pretty good for my other run, so I wanted to test it out, but my legs are so cooked. Again, embarrassing long time off of legs, so that's my L. I will be doing it later this week, just not today, obviously. So I'm gonna take today as my rest day. And then tomorrow we'll get back into like workouts and stuff. But for today, it's little Rocket Man and his walks today is what we're gonna be doing. Maybe some golf later with Jackie, but overall just like hanging out with this little guy. So a big part of training, as I mentioned yesterday, was also just like listening to your body. And I just know that if I tried to go for a PR today, I would probably not necessarily like hurt myself, but just like put my body under stress it doesn't need, because life's not that serious. So all right, one of my absolute favorite features of the treadmill, because I was talking before about like accountability, motivation, etc., all that stuff, is the Ergata races that comes with it when you buy like the iFit subscription thing. But basically what it is, it's like you're online with other people like racing. So my favorite is the 400, because that one I'm like booking it. I'm on my treadmill. Yes, I'm at home, but like I'm able to compete with other people. So it forces me and motivates me to go faster, because there's like a whole like little like leaderboard at the end, which makes you feel really good. And it doesn't have to be something fast like a 400-meter run. They have on here like descending ladder, they have a half-mile run, they have 10 kilometers, they have just like a Central Park loop stroll, and you're just walking, okay? So it's really cool. I'm just gonna flip the camera this way so you guys can see. But all the options are just like right here. Ooh. Oh, look. Okay, it's gonna walk you through it. Cool. But basically all it is like these are all the people you're against here, and then this is just like the actual workout and how fast you're going and everything else. So it's saying estimated time is around 2 hours and 10 minutes. Crazy, that's not gonna be me, so we're gonna go back. But it just gives you a bunch of options. So here's like another screen to show you, like these are all the ones you can pick, and there's just so many different ones, which is why I really like it. And it's actually making like a lot of my like 400 meters, 800 meters, 1 kilometer type things a lot easier to do at home, because I have people to compete against, but I'm not like outside. Because sometimes, honestly, I do love running with Jackie, but I do think sometimes you can push yourself a little bit more when you're in those solo days, right? Like you're just like in the trenches, you're like, I just gotta run. So that's why I really like it.
Reformer Wednesday is probably one of my favorite classes to take, and I've kept it in my routine regardless of my bodybuilding, my calisthenics, my hybrid training, whatever it may be. I actually do think it's really important to add something like this into your routine. And yes, I consider this active recovery for myself, because am I getting extremely sore after the workout? No, but I do really feel like I'm stretched and I've worked parts of my muscles that I've maybe neglected, and I don't think it's like really that hard on my body. And that's because of my level though of training. So going into a class like this, it's as hard as you make it. So as a beginner, you're gonna find this class a lot harder than I do. But as someone who's more advanced in my fitness journey, I can consider this active recovery, because the weight overall is pretty light, but what I'm really focusing on here is maybe not getting like super jacked, super strong, but I'm focusing on each movement that I'm doing. Am I doing everything correctly? Am I doing everything with the proper intention? I do find sometimes in things like bodybuilding or hybrid training, because you're moving so fast or working towards such a heavy weight, you can neglect some of your postural cues. So one of the big focuses in this class that I really do focus on is going to be postural cues. So making sure my core and my pelvis are always aligned, that I'm getting full range of motion, that I'm squeezing at each rep, and then I'm following the tempo that's in the class. A lot of the times the instructors will actually talk relatively slow in the class. That is on purpose. That is not for you to go super speedy throughout the exercise, being like, look at me, I'm so strong, I can do it. When you go through movements slow and you're squeezing, you're gonna feel it a lot more. So I would challenge you to say, if you think reformer is too easy, lock in on those details. Make sure you're going slow, make sure you're getting full range of motion, make sure you're actually challenging yourself. When they add in a modification of lift your leg, pulse here, do whatever it is, do those modifications to make it harder. This one, for instance, looks like a relatively simple movement. The bicep curl is by no means heavy, but I'm engaging my core, engaging my glutes all at the same time while doing it. So I'm doing multiple muscle groups at one time, trying to keep focus. It's not something that you would normally see in a typical strength workout. In reformer, and maybe just more like lighter weight workouts, you could definitely do this, which is why I like it. So I'm not doing reformer to get big and jacked. I'm doing reformer because, one, I really like the movements. I feel good doing the movements, and I think it overall does a lot for my body in terms of keeping a range of motion as I'm getting bigger, stronger, or just like when I have really tight hips when I'm running. Doing movements where I'm constantly moving through my hips properly, Pilates is really important to keep into my routine. Third and final run of the week. Typically I do 4 runs, but this week was just 3. So usually my structure for my marathon and high rocks training, we do 2 speed sessions a week. And that is done because of the high rocks training, but also like working on pace and speed for the marathon. And then we do 1 long run for the marathon. It's usually 20K plus, around a zone 2 to 3. And then we do a shorter zone 2 to 3 run that's around 5 kilometers to 10 to 12 kilometers depending. This run today was really simple. This run today was super simple. I don't want to say super simple. This run today was simple. It was a 800 meter repeat with a 90-second rest in between, going towards my race pace. So this one took me around 15 to 20 minutes to complete, and overall super happy with how it's feeling. Is it challenging? Absolutely. Am I so tired? Yes. But I do feel good. I feel like I actually am getting better at running. And running is really simple. Just keep doing it. Like, I know that sounds so silly of me to say, but it's one of those things where it's like, just like everything else in fitness, the more you do it, the better you're gonna get at it. And so when I started running, I was awful. Hated it. I still don't love it, not gonna lie to you, but at least I feel like I'm getting better and making progress with my running, which I'm super happy with. We are just under 10 weeks for High Rocks Toronto, and I have to finally lock in on training. I literally, after New York, I just didn't train High Rocks. I was like, I'm good. I don't want to do that right now. And I focus more on a strength block. So now we're bringing in at least 1 to 2 times a week actual High Rocks focused workouts. And they don't have to be crazy long. I'm doing circuit work. So a lot of things that are repeated at a higher pace, and also just working through exercises that I think will translate well into High Rocks. So doing a lot of like my push-ups for burpees, or actually burpees themselves, working the ski erg, the rower, and doing sets that include things that really work towards wall balls. Because as you guys can see from my recent videos of New York, my wall balls were my weak point. So working on a lot of like squat to press, a lot of thrusters, any type of shoulder movement with a squat to try to help strengthen that weaker portion for myself. So in terms of Toronto and my goals for it, I'm running 2 races. Crazy. I'm doing mixed doubles with Jackie, and then I'm doing women's doubles with Katie. Super excited to see how that turns out, and I'll keep you guys more updated on my High Rocks training because you'll start to see more of that throughout my next training block leading up to it.
The biggest take home that I want you guys to take from this video is that you don't need to be in the gym 6 times a week to be a fit person. I know a lot of content creators, a lot of bodybuilders, a lot of people will be like, you have to lift weights, you have to do this. If you want to just focus on movement and you want to focus on things that make you feel good, do those disciplines of fitness, whether it's a spin class, step class, whatever it may be. Yes, definitely lift weights. I will say that. Lift weights because there's certain things that you just won't get from those classes that weights really give you. You're going to have more lean muscle mass. You're going to have better and stronger bones. You're going to be more equipped to handle things like, especially if you're an older person, falling, being stronger. Like, weight training is so important, but it is not the do all and end all of fitness. You can be a very fit person and only be going to the gym 3 times a week. But currently me. I was only in the gym 3 times this week, okay? Things you didn't see in this week's video that I would typically be doing in my routine. Calisthenics workout with Mike, which I'm so sad that we didn't get to do, but I mentioned in my video, I have a buggy shoulder, so I just wanted to give it a little bit of rest time before we do anything, just because I don't want to make it worse. And other things you didn't see, it was also my handstand class. Again, because of my shoulder, I'm working one arms right now, and I just can't get the proper amount of endurance / push to the shoulder at the current moment. Super sad, super annoying, but hopefully it'll be better soon. If you guys want to see a video of just like how I eat, how I feel myself, how I recover, like in terms of chiropractor, massage therapy, a little bit more detailed stretching routine, because I do stretch a lot more because running makes my hips hips. Because running makes my hips really tight. I can also do that as well. But hopefully you guys overall enjoyed this video and you're gonna see my life looks a little bit different now. But I'm so happy. I hope you guys see that as well. Yes, I'm not on stage flipping around, posing in a sparkly bikini and doing crazy things at the Olympia, but I am so overly happy and so content with my life and where I am in fitness and my current goals that has me excited. There was a loss of identity at a certain point where I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not in the gym anymore. I don't look as like, as I did before. And I had like a little bit of like disconnection with my purpose or feeling in the gym type thing. But that has now like dwindled away. And I will say now I just feel like there's times in life where you don't have to be the top of everything. It's actually very humbling to start at the very freaking bottom, which is where I am in the running, and work your way up to a goal that you have. So for me right now in Olympia, I was competing to be the top. I was competing to be one of the best in the world because I had that potential. Now I'm competing because I just want to see where I can go with things. And I think that's really fun. So I challenge you guys to do the same. And again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and we'll see you guys next time.